Mussels are an easily made delicacy reserved for the winter months. Today we have farmed mussels available year-round and they are already almost clean. With little effort you can make a quick and easy meal. Let's start with cleaning the mussels. There's two things to clean off with mussels. Number one is anything sticking to the shell. I just scrape these off with the back of a knife. And the other thing to take care of is the so-called beard. Here a very big specimen. And you just tear that out. Or you can use like pliers or something if you can't really grip it. That's all there is to it. What you want to avoid is mussels like this one. When you look closely, the shell is broken. See that? Anything with a broken shell or an open mussel that does not close when you agitate it, that's what you discard. I'll save you the prep work this time because there's not much prep work. Chopped onions, garlic, a little bit of parsley, that's all that's needed. Here are mussels two ways, with the white wine sauce and the classic tomato sauce. For the mussels in white wine sauce, we heat a pan, add some olive oil, can be quite a generous amount actually, and toss in our onions. Add a pinch of salt and saute those onions until they're translucent and soft. After a few minutes, once the onions are soft, add the garlic, the parsley and the bay leaf. Saute that for another minute. Make sure the garlic doesn't burn, and after a minute, add a good nub of butter. Let that melt. Now it's time to add a really good swig of white wine, and no, you cannot replace the white wine, it's mussels in white wine sauce. We will cook out most of the alcohol though. Crank up the heat and let this cook on a medium-high for a couple of minutes to burn the alcohol off. This has reduced nicely now. There's still a little bit of liquid in there. Now it's time to add the mussels. I'm making one portion here, so of course the recipe down below is for 4. Add a lid and let this cook on medium-high for 3 to 5 minutes or until the mussels are open. In the meantime, I'm heating up my toaster oven to toast this baguette, and you could use the time to give this video a like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. Thank you. A few minutes have passed. This is it. The mussels are open. Time to plate these and enjoy them with the baguette to dip up the sauce. If you don't want to use wine or you want it a little bit more fruity, here's the recipe for it. Mussels in tomato sauce. It starts out exactly the same like the last recipe. The ingredients are very similar. So let's start again with a good swig of olive oil in a preheated pan. You don't need to be as generous this time because we're gonna overpower the oil with the tomatoes. You could use leftover marinara sauce in this recipe. I'm just using canned crushed tomatoes. Any kind of canned tomato will work. If it's whole tomatoes, of course, you will have to chop them down a little. Add the onions, add a pinch of salt, and saute the onions until they're translucent and soft. Time to add our garlic, parsley, and bay leaf, just like in the last recipe. I'm gonna add a little bit of wine here. But in this recipe, you don't necessarily need wine. You could use a swig of apple juice. You could just use plain water and add a spritz of lemon juice to get that little bit of acidity going. And now I'm adding my tomatoes. Since these tomatoes are fairly thick, I'm going to add a little swig of water to go with them. You want a little bit of a brothy consistency in this. Bring that to a boil. This needs a little bit more salt. This is about the consistency you want to see. So it shouldn't be a really thick pasta sauce. And now, just like last time, we're gonna add the mussels. Put a lid on. And let this cook for 3 to 5 minutes or until the mussels are open. Of course, Just like last time, stir once or twice. And there you have it, mussels 2 ways. And if you want to know how to make a sourdough bread that would go perfectly with these, you should watch my sourdough bread recipe next.